Morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today's Thursday. Didn't get any video yesterday. We ended up going to a dinner, and the big pile of leaves that were here are gone because I took them over to the neighbors. They had a little fire, and I ended up helping them for a while do some stuff. So today I'm gonna get caught up on some of the stuff we need to do. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fire this thing up and let it get a little warm. I got to check the oil, and I got to put some Lucas oil additive in it. It's about the time I think this usually getting down just a hair low. It, honestly, believe it or not, this thing doesn't burn that much oil, which is kind of interesting because it's an IDI, an older diesel. Usually they burn a little bit of oil, but not much. Now I get done with that. At some point in time today, I got to run over to Fruitland, to the little store they got over there, and see about ordering some tires for it. Because, what the heck, this Game of Thrones or something? I got to see about ordering some tires for it, because I'm going to put the sensors on that over there today. And if the sensors don't fix that thing's issue, it's a little bit deeper than what we really have money to be able to fix right now, because I'd have to take it to a diesel shop, I think, and have them really work on locating what the problem is. I tell you what, them turkey hunters sure have not been doing their job. Them dang things are everywhere. Well, that was kind of a letdown disappointment. They couldn't get me a price on the tires that I wanted because they were back ordered or something, so they didn't even worry about getting me a price per tire. Alrighty, so this thing's been sitting for a few minutes here. I'm gonna do a real quick oil check. Maybe if I find a place to put you guys. I need to invest in some better camera mounts, I think. I'm gonna do a real quick oil check here and just see where it's at. Doesn't need very much. Needs about a quart. I didn't show you, but that thing, this engine keeps the oil real clean. It keeps it really clean. So I got some of this here Lucas oil stabilizer. I've ran this stuff quite a bit in these older type of diesels, and you add, what is it? It's use 20% of system capacity. Example, 1 quart oil stabilizer for 4 quarts motor oil. Well, it's about 1 quart low right now, and I think Okay, so that endeavor was short-lived. I don't have the right tool to get the one sensor off, so it takes a real small star drive, and I don't have a star drive kit. So at least I don't have one here. I might have one elsewhere. I just got done looking around, couldn't find one, so we'll just bomb around in this thing for a while longer. The only downer is that this got the fuel tank in it, and we got a job coming up end of next week. I really don't know what to do about that, honestly. We'll figure it out. I'll get a star drive between now and then. So I guess the next little thing is we're gonna swap from mechanic mode and go into rancher mode, and we'll get that stock tank out there into that get the stock tank out there, get that going. Randy accidentally left the water hooked up here. Eek. You don't want to leave these hooked up when it's cold. The water gets up in there and then it freezes. So look clear there. It's not too terribly cold out here right now. It sounds like it's doing something. It might be shoving ice out the end of it. Oh God, and it's all the way up there. It's almost temperature enough to go put the cowboy hat on. You know, some people are probably like, what the heck are you doing wearing a cowboy hat? In one of the last videos. People that really know me know that I wear cowboy hats a lot. I used to wear a cowboy hat more than I wear a baseball cap. About the only time I wear a baseball cap is when I'm really, really working. Nah, she's frozen. But which one's frozen? It's that one down there that's frozen. For a while. Ew, that's cold. Take it down in the basement for a little bit and get it thawed out. That don't seem right. I sure hope she didn't freeze that valve down in the bottom and now it's leaking, because if that's the case, we're gonna have to dig that up and fix it. There shouldn't be any water running in the house. I think we're good. You don't want to leave these hoses hooked up to these hydrants, because what happens is that they get, especially the way she does it, is she leaves one end of it locked off sometimes. So it creates a vacuum and the water gets stuck. And if it gets stuck in the valve down in the bottom of that hydrant. Okay, we're good. If it gets stuck in that valve down in the bottom of the hydrant, what happens is it'll freeze the hydrant up and bust it, and then you're kind of SOL. So I'm gonna grab that hose off real quick, roll it up, take it down to the basement, let it sit next to the fire and thaw out, and get that trough up there and go from there. Well, I got her handled. I didn't have to take it down there and let it thaw out. When I turned it on, all the ice went down from about there and plugged up right up here at the end. So what I did is I took this thingy, long protrusive object, and stuck it up in there, and I gave it a rotor rooter like that, and it freaking it unconstipated itself and blew all that crap out, and we got free flow of water now. So, ha ha, Rowdy wins. Don't mess with me, man. I'll stick something long and sharp up your rotor-rooter. Anyway, all right, hook all this back together and throw the forks on, I think, and haul that thing up there. So it's warm enough out here now. I'm gonna play cowboy for a little bit. I went and changed into the gray hat. I got 2 blacks, a brown, and a gray. I had them all custom formed and fitted and all that other kind of stuff, because I don't believe in just going down to the nickel feed store and picking up a cowboy hat off the shelf. So this one still does pretty good for me. The brown one sucks. Yeah, I remember me replacing that here before too long. Yeah, some people collect things. I collect hats. Like I was saying earlier, I usually wear a cowboy hat more than I wear a ball cap, but I usually just wear the ball caps when I'm working or gonna get into a situation where the cowboy hat just gets in the way. Cowboy hat's not getting in the way today, so we're gonna rock the cowboy hat. Am I saying I'm a cowboy? Far from it, but I like the hat. So we have water flow, which is a good thing, although I just noticed we have a kink in the hose. Our lovely job superintendent is going to be out here in a few minutes, and she's going to direct us in what she would like to have done as far as the trough. So that's all fine, said cool dandy. And then we're gonna go up there and get that done, get the other one moved over, and then we might need to come out here and do some poop duty here pretty soon.
You do poo-poo too, so I don't really want to kiss your face. I gotta somehow put some plywood or a border because she's eating the poo.
Is she?
Yes.
Okay.
Like she's eating it out of here.
Well, I guess we'll just have to figure that out.
She's a snacker and she wants food all the time, so anything that can go in her mouth will.
So good news is I got to measure some boards up there.
Yeah, they'll fit in between.
They'll fit in between those.
That's what I was just thinking today.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you're gonna hurt yourself. Go. 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 Run. Be free.
This part of it's hot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You hot fight it. You bumped your body against it and electrified it. Made it hot.
Okay.
So it's like working with me. Is out?
What?
You want me to dump these two out?
Yeah. Just dump them out like towards down the hillside. I'm gonna go grab the hoses.
Okay. I'll move this one over there for you.
Here, do you want me to help you?
No, I can get it. I'm just gathering up the to be able to bend to get under the fence.
Okay.
It's not easy with the gut. I don't bend like I used to.
You watching them later?
There's voices over there.
She's very inquisitive.
No, I introduced everybody in a different day of filming, but I cut that footage because it was dark and no one could see anything. This one's Okanane. He's Randy's horse. He's lame, so we're just letting him live out his retirement years here. He's got arthritis real bad down his coffin bones and all that. So you might have watched. He kind of doesn't walk real good, but you know, he's more of a pet than he is anything now. But we just, you know, we can't bring ourselves to do anything with him, and I'm not gonna put Randy in that position. And then this is Yogi. He's a old pin riding horse. He used to ride the feedlots in Montana. He's probably more cowboy than I am. The folks that used to live down over there where Walt lives, they had him, and he got into it with a goat over there in their pasture. A goat got out from those neighbors down there and got him in the pasture with them and wanted to be friends, but he didn't want to be friends. And so the goat ran him around and around and around and around in there until he finally just he had enough. His bottom lip's quivering, which means this is bringing back PTSD. But, so, long story short, they thought he was done. He got muscle tied real bad afterwards. And they kind of thought he was done because every time they try to ride him, they'd maybe get just a tiny little bit of riding out of him. And he'd start to gimp and limp. So they thought he was done. He was just going to be a pasture pal for the rest of his days. Well, they were moving. They moved to across the valley. And they didn't have fences up on their place. And so they asked if they could board him down here. We said, sure, yeah. You're going down here because all this stuff back up here is pasture ground. And so we threw him out there with Okanane. And Okanane needed a friend because we had a different horse Mom had. And he was the perfect candidate for glue. People might have a problem with me saying that, but he just wasn't the right fit. Let's just put it that way. He needed somebody to show him who was boss all the time. And I was ready to put a bullet in him. The reason why my finger on this finger right here don't work right is because of him. I got the sneak attack going on over here from someone. But anyway, so he came over here, and he was here for a few months. And we were coming into, you know, August, September. And this field was burned up. It was done. There was nothing left in it because of the drought. And I was amazed it lasted as long as it did. All this out over here is really well sub-irrigated, come to find out. And so it stayed green for quite some time. But so we talked to them and said, hey, you know, we're getting to the point where we actually have to start to feed. Either A, we're going to need to bump up your board, or B, you know, we're going to need you to do something about him, take him back, take him home. And he just said, well, I can't ride him. I want a rideable horse. I think I'm just going to take him to Cattails. Well, Cattails is a big, they got lions and tigers and bears, and they got big meat-eating animals over there. You take them a horse, they put the horse down, they feed him to the animals. And, you know, he's got a lot of life left in him. He's a real good looking horse. So I just kind of said, hey, you know, I can't stand to see that. He's a good horse. He's got a lot of life left in him. If you're wanting to get rid of him, instead of taking him over there, just sign him over to us, and we'll give him a good home to the day he dies. And he was ecstatic about that. He'd much rather do that than take him over to Cattails. And so we took possession of him. We adopted him. Either we adopted him or he adopted us. We don't know yet. And so we had the farrier come out and do some work on his feet. His feet are looking real good. You saw that conversation. And then we had a friend of ours who does she's a horse masseuse. We had her come out, and yes, Layla, I see you. We had her come out, and he had a bunch of knots in his muscles right back out here in his hind end, in his hind quarters and stuff. So she worked those out over a couple of sessions, and he's moving real good now. His feet aren't all messed up, and as a matter of fact, Randy rode him clear up to the top of the hill. And I tell you what, he's a cow horse. He got up there and he's seen the neighbor's cows. He got all antsy and the pantsy and excited. He wanted to go to work. So he's we figure he's somewhere between 16 and 18. So he's got a little life left in him. He's just a plug. You throw a saddle on him, he don't care. So he's a perfect build a confidence horse for Mom, and a perfect horse for me to get my saddle back underneath me and remember how to do it. Because I ain't no cowboy, I just wear the hat. And then this is Layla. This is Randy's horse. She's an Appaloosa Arab quarter horse. I don't have anything in my pockets for you. And we'll leave her story out of it, but she's a good horse. Randy, where'd you go? You were there when she was born, right? Half hour after she was born? Yeah. And you trained her? Yeah. And started her under saddle? Yeah. How old is she?
14, turning 15 this year.
14, turning 15. So Randy's been around that horse a lot. The opportunity to get her back arose, and so we jumped on it.
It took a while, but we did, and we got her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. Thank you guys. I'm so happy to have her.
Mm-hmm. So
she looks enthused.
And then, huh?
Oakeney's happy to have her back too.
Yeah, Oakeney and her are real good. Are real good friends. But Yogi's like, hey, she's my girl, man. Stay away. Yogi wants to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Oakeney's just along for the ride. Layla don't care. She likes the attention. So, then this one down over here, poor girl left all out on her own. But she chooses to be on her own. This is the thing. This is the wonky thing. Is that we were running her and Layla together. And when Layla would go in there, she'd come in here. And Layla would come in here, she'd go over there. So Chexie just wants to be by herself. Well, that's Mama's horse. Brought her up from Oregon. And what the heck she's chewing on. But she got in a fight with the fence the other day. She got a wild hair up her butt a couple weeks ago, and went running through that fence down the gate down there, just full of, near we could figure is full on dead gallop right through it. She got a couple little wounds on her. That hair will grow back. Not, we'll call her Harriet Potter. But that's Mama's horse. She's a real good horse. She don't care. Throw a saddle on her and go. So we kind of got all the horse stuff going real late this year. And just with the heat that we had too, you really couldn't go out and do any riding or anything. It was just, oh, it was miserable out here the entire dang time. So they really didn't get a chance to really play around with the horses too terribly much. But hopefully when Mom gets back from Mom's in Vegas. She went down to Vegas for the weekend to watch my uncle rope at the area roping finals down there. Anyway, I'm going to take this here wrench and go up here and see if I can't take this gate off. And then, what I need to do too, I need to find the tape measure. Where was the tape measure the last time I saw it? Insert Jeopardy theme here. I would do that for laughability of the video if it wasn't the fact that it's copyrighted. But our next chore is, well, she's washing that out as I gotta get some wood ready for the basement. So I think this is the perfect opportunity for a montage. Tell you what, I'm tired. We're pretty busy there for a little bit. Oh, always busy. Always busy days around the ranch. Little big ranch. And the crazy thing is, this is almost a daily thing around here. I'm gonna park the tractor and give her a hand busting these hoses down because we gotta drain those every night, and then I'm just gonna call her a day. Call her a day and hit her hard tomorrow.